Hey y'all, welcome to Other Realm Studio. I'm Paula, and this is an idea I had. So, hang on a second. So, one of the things that I was really proud of that worked out really well in issue 1 of Soulbound is the inside cover. Now, I didn't sell any advertising space. Um, I gave Mia and Wes each some ad space, but yeah, that was more or less because they had done so much work on the book for me, and that was something extra I could do for them. So, like, if you have the book, then you see how good that their work is. So Mia's line art and Wes's lettering. Found throughout the book. It only makes sense for them to get a page each. To advertise like their freelance work that they also do. Ah, I'm not entirely happy with this. Okay. But, yeah, since I didn't sell any advertising for Soulbound 1, I had the inside cover, the front and the back, blank. Hey, Jerryberry 180, how you doing? So I wanted something that I could do to fill in those spaces. So what I ended up doing was I had a poster that I had created of just concept art for Becca and Torin, and as it turned out, I was able to format it so that I could put Becca on one side and Torin on the other. So Becca had the inside front cover and Torin had the inside back cover. And I thought that was really appropriate because you meet Becca in the beginning, more or less. I did have the prologue in there as well, but then at the end you get to finally meet Torin. So it turned out to be a really great detail. Well, that's good to hear. I'm having a really crazy sort of life right now, but the news is actually good. So, one of the things that I thought about doing with the inside cover of Soulbound 2 is having this scene that we didn't quite have room to include. Let's see. And we'll have over here on the left, it'll be Torin on the inside front cover, and over on the right, it'll be Becca on the inside back cover. Which I think it has to be formatted as two separate pieces, but who knows, it might be a decent poster as well. And I also have to make sure that there's a good sized, essentially blank spot in the middle for the binding, because it's not going to line up perfectly. Come on, zoom in properly, alright. There we go. Did not mean to hit that. No. Did not mean to hit that. Can I? Okay, there. I hit it again, and it's back. All my menus and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna need to work on his face with a little bit of a reference. Because I've been having a lot of trouble getting Torin's face right. Also, I don't think I'm gonna leave this line art. I had I had painted the previous one, so I might stick with that style and let it be just lineless paintings. Okay, the perspective's going to be a little weird in this one too. I'm not sure if it'll work, if I'll be able to use this one or not. I'll try. So I've had some amazing coincidences happen. So I will be doing a signing at Richard's Comics and Collectibles in Greenville, South Carolina. Not this weekend, but the weekend after. On the 19th. And so I actually arranged to meet Mia there in real life for the first time. I'm really excited about it. She's my line artist for this project, and I just love everything that she does. And she's also been extremely helpful, and you know, gives me tips whenever I need them and stuff. She's awesome. And so I was already really excited about getting to do the signing. But then, late last night, the owner of the shop who's letting me do the signing there, he emails me and he says, "Hey, he just had a cancellation on his Comic Con, or one of the artist tables at his Comic Con that he's starting up, and would I be interested in taking that table?" I said, "Yes, definitely." So he was wondering if Mia would rather do the con and uh, pick out something else for the do the. My brain is not functioning properly. But yeah, he was wondering if Mia would be able to make it to the con instead of doing the signing. Well, as it turns out, it was just too short of notice for Mia. But I can still make the con. It's only about half an hour away from me. So that shouldn't be any trouble. And I still have a few things left. Um, I hope I have enough stock to work with. But then after that, so we're still doing the signing, and I'm also going to be at the, let's see, take a look at it. No, not that one. Alright, I'm going to have to use the mouse. I'm going to get to go to, oh, now I've lost it again. Alright, there we go. The Upstate Pop Expo, October 12th and 13th, so that's this coming weekend. Saturday from 10 to 6 and Sunday from 11 to 6. So I get an artist table there. I'll get to show off Soulbound. We'll hopefully pick up some more readers and get the snowball rolling. And also, the other thing happened first thing this morning after I got all this ironed out last night. One of the ladies who originally invited me to start doing the Comic Con at the Anderson County Library. Well, then they quit doing the Comic Con at Anderson County Library, and it broke my heart. But now they have an author and small press fair, and she sent me an email telling me about it and asked me to apply. So that derailed me like right away. So I went ahead and filled out the application, and I hope I get to go because I love this library, and the people there are so nice and so organized, and it was the best little Comic Con down there, and I'm sure that this is an amazing author and small press fair. It's much easier to say Comic Con. But yeah, since I had just published the first issue of Soulbound, I qualify. And here we are. So I might be there December 7th from 1 to 4 p.m. Alright, let's put that away. And, what's really funny is that usually it's pretty safe to say at any given moment that nobody is really thinking of you. You worry about what people think of you, and generally, they're not. But today, well, starting last night and going on into today, I got proof that people not only think of me, but they want me there at their event. And, well, so they should. I work really hard. That's looking a little bit Paul-like. Let's not go there. I work really hard. I set up, I show up on time. I set up. I stay at my table. I engage with everybody. And I try to have a little something for everybody at my table. I have comics, but I have art and cosplay accessories and jewelry and a lot of things. And I make everything myself. It's all my own intellectual property. I don't really do fan art. I mean, I know that fan art's really popular. But if I start relying on fan art for my income, it'll be a crutch. And I'll be tempted to abandon my own work in favor of drawing copies of other properties. And you know what? They already have plenty of people. There's thousands, maybe millions of people out there who will gladly draw Disney properties, Marvel properties, same difference, DC properties, Image, Game of Thrones characters. There's a bajillion people out there who are happy to draw all those characters, licensed and unlicensed merchandise. There's a lot, right? But who's advocating for mine? Who's there to care about my characters? Right now, while they're still really young properties and relatively unknown. Oh goodness, not even relatively unknown. Pretty well fairly unknown. That's pretty fair to say. Who's out there for them? Well, there's me. And if I hire it done from an artist such as Mia, like there's Mia. And so if she wants to make prints of these characters, I don't know about prints necessarily, but if she wants to do fan art like originals, that would be fine because she's actually worked on it. But, you know, she has her own characters that she wants to develop as well. And I hope that by hiring her to work on mine, that makes it a little more possible for her. I know that when I get a commission, you know, it really helps me. So, let's see. So one of the things that I did with this, one of the first things that I did was I laid it out. This is approximately where the bleed's going to be. I wanted this to be a safe area, nothing important out here in it. And this down the middle, I needed to make sure that there was nothing important down in here either, because this is where the binding's going to be. And I mean, I know that the binding's going to be really narrow for a single issue comic. But, you know, there's a margin of error. So that's what I've left all along the outside here. And the diagonal lines are for, yeah, well, mostly for layout purposes. This is the dynamic. Yeah, the way these two figures are in relation to each other. So I did want to lay that out. Hey, Heartless Spectre, how are you doing? It's good to see you again. That's good to hear. Oh, I appreciate you coming by. Oops. Every now and then, I get in my own way. So I'm kind of hoping that this idea does work out for the inside cover of the comic, because this will tell a little bit of the story that kind of had to get left out. Yeah, in the interest of, you know, speeding it along and page count and stuff. I want issue 2 to be a good place to pick up on the story, and also to offer a fresh perspective on issue 1. Yeah, there's some stuff that's just going to look a little bit different once you read issue 2. Oh, I'm doing great. I mean, I still don't feel 100% today, but I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. So I think a little extra sleep and that helped me a whole lot. And also, I got some I got some great news. Um, I'm getting invited places. So one of the things that I do in order to earn the money to hire my line art done is I table at Comic Cons, and uh, I make a lot of crafty stuff, um, steampunk goggles, and thank you. And it's only just at this last show that I've actually had a comic published to take to Comic Con, and I've been so excited about that. But now, what's really crazy is that it's not just it's not just my accomplishment, my, my big thing that I wanted to do. It's it actually means something. I'm actually getting some doors opened. So at the library, they have a fair, an author and small press fair, and since I am now actually published, uh, one of the librarians emailed me and asked if I would apply for it. So they're going to be reviewing my website and the stuff that I do, most likely. Or they might just remember me from when I used to do the Comic Con that they used to have. They broke my heart when they quit doing the Comic Con because it was such a nice little con. I mean, it was really tiny, but well worth going. You should get there, and the experience is awesome, and the librarians are also organized. And everybody's just so nice. I am certain that I am getting the perspective on this really, really wrong. Oh well, might as well keep going. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I get to go to that, and I've been asked to fill a spot at a new Comic Con, which that's awesome because I kind of needed one for October. Um, Soda City Comic Con used to be in October, but they changed and now they're kind of at the end of August. And there was another one that was closer to the beginning of August, but I don't think I went to that one this year. I have no idea anymore. What is my life? Okay. Yeah, my perspective's way off. What I should really do with that is, well, maybe not that layer. There's a lot of clutter on that one. Yeah, that's an old one. Okay, so what it would be is a perspective line that goes from way off this way to here, like a cone-shaped perspective. It's a really thin line on that. So yeah, my lines in the walls need to be at more of a slant to align better. Maybe not that much. Oh, here goes autosave. Yeah, I was kind of thinking there's a bit of a Sistine Chapel vibe going on. Okay, so is this bit actually going to be visible? That's the question. Or is this going to all be like the underside of the floor here? Well, that'll get me out of drawing this hand. And see, this in here, this is where I need to make sure that there's room for error in the printing. There, staples. Hmm. It might work. I don't know. I have to keep going. Okay, I still do need to fix the perspective on this wall here. But this might be enough line work to go with in order to do a painting. So we do another layer. You see how many I've got going on here. Put the inks on top of it, hide everything else. And now I need to decide. One of the things that was really, really successful in this piece is how I did everything, or almost everything, on a separate layer and only brought it together later. So the clothes in the box here did not bleed over onto the environment and or the eyes did not bleed into the skin, because painting just takes so much blending. So that was a really successful one. That one worked out really well. Actually, this one's incomplete. I changed it to another size and finished the one on the other side. But now what am I going to do? Alright, first I can paint the layer with the background, and then I can do skin tones, and then on top of that I can do clothes. Because it's going to be okay if the backgrounds get a little blendy. Background. We'll get a new one. On top of that will be skin, and then on top of that we will do hair and clothes. Hair and clothes? Becca's hair might blend into the shirt a little bit. What's this one? How many extra layers did I put? Oh, no, no, no. This one got mislabeled. Okay, that one's inks. Or underdrawing, honestly. And this one should be hair and clothes. So I'm just going to have enough time to put in the broad strokes on the background. And block in the color like I had planned thereabouts. And then I can put my figures on top of it and it'll be fine. Yeah, I think I've got this worked out. So my process is improving a lot. Okay. And then this side is going to be some blue-gray. So once I get good at painting backgrounds, I'm going to start doing some really large scale backgrounds and uh, save those for when I get to do animation. So that that will help me out a lot. That will probably save me a ton of money actually. like so far the only thing I really know about animation is that it's really expensive to produce. And that probably the simplest, or one of the simpler things to learn how to do, would be to produce my own backgrounds. Okay, so it's just about time for me to go. But don't forget, you can always check out my work at otherrealmstudio.com. And my comic Soulbound 1 is available in print at otherrealmstudio.com and for Kindle on amazon.com. If you just search Soulbound Adrift or Paula Richey, and you should be able to find it. So this story is so important to me, and it's really coming together, and I'm just really proud of it. And I'm really grateful to all the people who are, coming out of nowhere, honestly, to help me get it made and produced and out there to the readers. People like Peter Samedi, who at Alterna Comics is running the printing partnership program. Which made it possible for me to print on newsprint, which saved me so much money and was actually very quick. And they print it to the quality of the Alterna comics, and that's an excellent quality comic, even though it is on newsprint. And see, when your primary objective is to get your story in the hands of the readers, then you don't need fancy paper to do it. And Alterna believes that, and I believe it too. I mean, so far it's working out great for me. And because I have because I have my first issue printed, um, Mary Latham at the library, notified me of this awesome opportunity to come back to one of my favorite venues for a slightly different event. And I'm going to get to set up there, most likely. And also, huge thanks to Richard Morgan of Richard's Comics and Collectibles for letting me do my signing there in a couple weeks, and also for thinking of me when he had some space to fill at his new Comic Con. I'm really excited to see how it goes. And well, while I'm in here thanking people, can't forget to thank Mia for doing such a beautiful job rendering my characters, designing their ultimate look, and they look amazing. And for the line art and for working so hard for me, and I really appreciate it so much. And I'm still grateful. I can still keep going. And thank you for coming by and keeping me company. It's good seeing you again, Jerry Berry and Heartless Spectre. Thank you so much for stopping by and keeping me company. Oh, you're here. You kept me from talking to myself. That's pretty good. I mean, I already talk to myself a lot. I don't need any more practice at that. Well, feeling less sick will do that to you. And also, yeah, I could not stop thinking today about how grateful I am for everybody. Let's be honest, I am absolutely nobody in the world of comics or in most arenas. I just have a story. I'm going to do what it takes to tell it. Okay? Thank y'all so much. don't forget to check out my website, and I'll see you in the other realm. Good night.